Welcome back to Bespoke Addict. I'm selling this beautiful pair of George Cleverley Bespoke butterfly loafers. They're on eBay UK. Beautiful, beautiful things, but frustratingly a bit too big for me. I'm quite a slim fitting 9.5 UK. These are about a 10.5 to 11, but they're very, very broad fitting. If they weren't so broad fitting, I could put a thick insole in them and probably wear them anyway. They'd be about a size too long, but with a thick insole, I'd get away with that. But not with the, they're just wide. I don't know how wide they are because they're bespoke made, but, the measurements are with the listings. So they're extraordinary things, full bespoke. And I've given them quite a bit of attention. They were a bit dry and the heels were worn. So I've put new heels on, and these are Phillips Special. These rubbers are obsolete. It's what bespoke makers prefer to use, and these originally had them on. They were made in, when these made, 2003. And then these are not made anymore. You can only buy old stock, and I've got quite a stack of them. And this is Barker's leather, and the nail pattern was copied. It was traced from the original before it was peeled off. So that's not random. That's the actual pattern that George Cleverley used. And there's a few little 3.5mm brass nails have gone in the toes there to prevent wear to the toes, but I've got bubble wrap in there just to keep the shape. I don't have any trees that are wide enough, but you can't really see down there, but they're in lovely condition. But I'm going to be selling them at no reserve on eBay UK. Let's get the other one. It's just the same. It's same thing. It's had a new heel. The heels were quite worn. Whoever had these had been driving quite a lot because they were really scraped, and the heel was bizarrely worn here, but it wasn't really worn on the leather. So somebody's been driving a lot in them, and enough to have scraped the heel. And I've done my best to sort of erase that without dismantling and rebuilding the whole stack. I wanted to keep them as original as possible. But they're just gorgeous things, and the colours very vibrant, very beautiful. I've been searching for a pair of, in my size, butterfly loafers in this colour by Cleverley. Ideally, they'd be even earlier than this, from Cork Street, from the original shop. I thought I'd found them when I found these, but they weren't very well listed, and there was no sizing, there was no sort of indication of what they were, and I took a punt. But with punts, they very rarely work out, and so I've cleaned them up and put a decent, correct heel on there. Still got the nice sort of taper, and they taper inwards beautifully. It's quite often the case when you take them to a cobbler, the heel ends up blocky. It doesn't follow the original sort of sculpted taper. So anyway, I'll be sad too. I won't be sad. I won't miss these because I've not been able to wear them. But I'm just a bit sad that they don't fit me, because they're the perfect shoe, the perfect style for me. But in at least a size or a size and a half smaller, and considerably narrower. I don't think these were made for somebody with particularly long feet, but it was probably somebody with wide or broad feet, or somebody that was perhaps gained a bit of weight over years, and the feet sort of broaden and they just get sort of thicker and wider, and so these will work for somebody, I think, of quite a heavy build. But beautiful, beautiful things, and I do hope they find a good home, and somebody will enjoy them as much as I could have enjoyed them had they fit me. But for myself, the search continues for something pretty much identical to this, but a lot smaller. But I'll put the listing number from eBay with this post.